So we all have different budgets. Even within companies, different departments will have different budgets which they can spend on marketing. So if you don't have any budget at all for technology, or you spent all your money on a tripod and a camera and a microphone, your option lighting wise is outside, natural light. So obviously natural light is great because it's free, but it is very differing. So obviously in the summer on a bright blue day, it's around about lunchtime now, I would be bombarded by light, and it actually might be a little bit overpowering. I'd potentially be too much light in my face and I'd be squinting. And what you don't want to do is use sunglasses. So sunglasses cover your eyes. The eyes is the entrance to the soul. The subconscious trusts people less when their eyes are concealed, because a lot of truth comes from the eyes. So it's always best to avoid wearing sunglasses. Therefore, it is always best to avoid the glaring noonday sun in the summertime. Now I'm filming in the winter, therefore the noonday sun is perfect. It's a cloudy day, which for sunbathing is not particularly great, for sightseeing is maybe not particularly great, but actually for filming, this kind of light is brilliant because it is extremely consistent. It is light, there is good quality light here, and it is extremely consistent light, and it's not too much in my face. I'm not being bleached out, I'm not having to squint because of the sun. So your basic starter is your fluorescent kit. So you'll need 2 lights, one for each side of the camera, and they look like energy saving bulbs. These packages start at around about $50. The issue with them is there's lots of parts. So there's quite a big setup and quite a big take down, which is actually quite irritating if you are in a rush. Now they are very, very super cheap, and they do offer a decent quality of light and a decent quantity of light. They're not that powerful, but they're not overwhelming as well, and they're very easy to use for people who are just starting out in video. Another issue is that because there's lots of moving parts and lots of stuff to be put in and out, there's also lots of chance to break things, and they are quite flimsy. The lights will not withstand being dropped. So you've got to bear that in mind. Yes, you are saving a bit of money, but how often are these things going to be dropped and damaged? The second option is LED lights. Now they offer very, very powerful lights for very low energy consumption, and they're very, very small and very, very lightweight and pack up really nicely, so they're very easy to travel. They are a hell of a lot more robust than your fluorescent bulbs, and there's a lot less to build. You've got the tripod, and then the light goes on top of the tripod, you then plug it in. That is literally all you need to build. There's no faffing on, and also don't drop these things, but they are a lot more robust if you do accidentally drop them or knock them than the fluorescent bulbs we've just seen. They are just as easy to use, possibly actually I would say easier to use if you are a novice, and they create a good quantity and quality of light. The final option is the halo light. So this is used by a lot of makeup artists, it's used by a lot of fashion vloggers and bloggers. This is one I've got in my home studio, and it is fantastic. It offers excellent quality light, excellent quantity light. It is dimmable, so the good ones are dimmable. You can get the cheap ones which aren't, but always go for the dimmable option. It's on its own stand. It goes around the camera, which means you get a consistent quality of light with only one light. So the fluorescents and the LEDs, you need 2 lights, one on each side, so you get a consistent wash on your face. This is beautiful. You have the one light which consistently washes your face, and you can actually attach your camera to the center of that tripod. You just have the one tripod which the camera goes on, and also the light goes on. Now, most of these are mains powered, not battery powered, so they will only work indoors or where you can get a reliable main supply. We're not talking about specialist mains, we're not talking about insane quantities of voltage, we're talking about normal mains which you can plug in any power socket.